What's up? It's been about a minute. It's Kyle here. I'm going to do a rant video. But before I get into that, I just want to show I got my TNA tickets in the mail today. We're going to TNA this Thursday, live, maybe when they're going on the road permanently, starting here in Chicago. So, excited for that. Onto that, for my rant video here, it's about Bully Ray. You know, a lot of people have been complaining. Last night was TNA's pay-per-view Lockdown, which I thought was a good, passable show. The highlight of that show was the heel turn of Bully Ray, him also revealing that he's the leader of Aces and Eights, as well as winning the world title. And surprisingly, on a few wrestling threads and blogs online, and some of my own, and a few of my personal friends, I won't name you, have told me in my face, like, they think this is stupid. Like, why have Bully Ray as champion? They're negative towards this idea. And in his defense, I think Bully Ray deserves to be World Heavyweight Champion. I think he's truly deserving of it. Bully Ray has been in the tag team division with Devon for almost 20 years now, something like that. I mean, he's done everything you can do in the tag team division. Once they branched him out in the solo career, like me and everyone else, we were all negative towards it. We're like, what are TNA doing? This is a stupid idea. You know, we're thinking it's going to be the end of 3D, but then they decided to bring him back in the solo career. But you know what? Bully Ray proved us all wrong, myself included. He proved us all wrong that he can have a great a solo career. He lost a lot of weight. He added a little bit more edginess to his persona and his promos. And he proved that not only can he have great matches, you know, in the tag team division, but he can have solid, quality solo matches. And you know, you see all his matches that he's had with an AJ Styles, or Kurt Angle, or Bobby Roode, and Austin Aries, and Mr. Anderson. They've all been great matches. So you know what I'm saying. And on top of that, like I said, he lost a lot of weight, so you know he moves around a little bit. He moves around much quicker and faster around the ring. So all in all, he's really invented himself, not just persona and character-wise, but even physically, he's changed, and it's all been for the better. And in wrestling, when a wrestler reinvents themselves and it gets them over, that wrestler deserves a push. You have to do it. You just have to do it. Because at the end of the day, wrestling is a profitable business. You have to make money. So Bully Ray, over the last 3 years, he's just been getting better and better and better, completely reinventing himself, being one of the best heels in that company, and in my opinion, one of the top 5 heels in all of professional wrestling right now as a whole. I think he deserves to be World Heavyweight Champion. And then with TNA, cutting down their pay-per-views, they only have 4 pay-per-views a year. You can it's pretty much guaranteed now that Bully Ray is going to have a pretty good, long, lengthy run with this championship belt, and I really think he deserves it. Bully Ray is no different than Mark Henry was back in late 2011 when Mark Henry was climbing to the top. A lot of people were griping. Now with that, I wasn't griping and complaining. A lot of IWC marks were griping and complaining of Mark Henry getting a world title shot. I wasn't, because I knew that push was just different. It felt different, and it was getting Mark somewhere that it hadn't gotten in before in his career. Same thing applies to Bully Ray. You know, he's paid his dues. He's done everything he can. And he's finally reached the Holy Grail. He's world champion, and I really think he deserves it. And then for those who complain that his heel turn was predictable, it's like, okay, some predictability in wrestling is bad, but some of it is good. This type of predictability in Bully returning heel was a good thing, because if you think about it logically, it makes sense. When Bully Ray had his little short babyface turn late last year going into this year, the only top 2 heels in the company were Austin Aries and Bobby Roode. Okay. Now that you have Bobby Roode and Austin Aries as the tag team champions, and they're off doing other things, not being in the main event, but being in the tag team division for a little bit, what other heel do you have in TNA that can be in that main event spot? Because your 2 top heels are together as tag champs doing other things right now. So really, what other heel could they really have in the main event scene? So it makes sense for them to turn Bully Ray heel. Not only for the story that they have going along with Aces and Eights, that doesn't make sense, but also just logically, it makes sense. Because, like I said, their other two top heels busy doing other things. You need another heel in that main event spot while your other ones are doing other things. And then thirdly, Bully Ray is a believable heel. You know, it's not like it's a heel turn that's like, you know, you're like, oh God, they're gonna turn the heel, so this heel run's gonna be trash. His face run was a downer. You know, I mean, we know what Bully Ray is like as a heel, one through his solo career in TNA for the last 3 years, but also, you know, even in the tag division, how he was as a heel. Bully Ray is a great heel. So even though it's predictable, you know you're going to get an enjoyment out of him being a heel, and on top of that, him being the world champion, this championship run, because he's good at it. He's good at being a bad guy. So I don't get that either. You know, so I think some wrestling fans, to a certain degree, they get a little bit too picky over things. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm glad for Bully Ray. I'm glad he's the world champion. I think he deserves it. He's proved everybody wrong, and like I said, what he is today is how Mark Henry was 2 years ago, back in late 2011. Same thing. So I don't see why people are really like got their panties in a twister over this. So you guys give me your thoughts on Bully Ray's heel turn, revealing of the leader of Aces and Eights, and also being world champion. Do you like this? Do you like the fact that he's world champion or not? Do you agree or disagree with my points in this video? Do yourself a favor, like this video, subscribe, and peace.